Over 2,000 years ago, ancient Chinese scholars observed the changing patterns in our natural world, the climate, the turning of the seasons, and astronomy. The scholars measured and divided the sun's annual movements into 24 equal parts, creating the 24 solar terms, which were used to govern agriculture in ancient China. Even to this day, this invention still guides the lives and traditions of hundreds of millions of Chinese people.
Every year, around the 8th of August, China welcomes its first autumn solar term, Li Qiu, the beginning of autumn. As the hot summer recedes and the cool autumn beckons, crops are approaching their harvest. Farmers gather together, dancing and singing, celebrating the seasonable weather and the coming rich harvest.
再蛐蛐一定要安静。
安静。
现在小蛐蛐太多，想逮个好的蛐蛐，很难。
What is interesting was 2 months ago when I was in the fields of Henan harvesting all the wheat in the solar term of Mangzhong, they planted the fields again with corn. And this is the corn. This is the next crop that came from that. And it's now taller than me. At the base of this corn is the wheat that they churned up, all the wheat stems. Now, they're down there at the bottom now and living in amongst all that wheat. That's the perfect environment for all of these crickets to live in that we're trying to look for now. And there are absolutely thousands of them down there. Every time I take a step, another 10 or 20 jump off in different directions. Which is the one I'm looking for? I have absolutely no idea. They all look exactly the same. But one thing I can tell you, walking through a field of corn is a pretty miserable experience. The best time for catching crickets is in the middle of the night. This is Ningjing County in Shandong Province, where fertile land and abundant groundwater resources have made it the largest cricket breeding site in China. In the autumn night, fully grown crickets spring about in their thousands. But to pick up the exceptional from the ordinary is a daunting task. Experienced cricket catchers often listen to a cricket's chirping call to determine its qualities.
这种蛐蛐它不咬账，
它不咬，
不咬。
只能接着着是吧？我们俩。
对，就接着静悄悄的，慢点。
哎呀，行。
这个就是争取逮一个大的，好的成片好的大的，撒呀撒呀吃。
Up until now, this is one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. The cricket is an ancient, archaic insect with at least 140 million years of history. Due to its competitive and aggressive nature, Chinese people began to develop the sport of cricket fighting over 1,000 years ago in the Tang dynasty. It is a tradition comparable to Spanish bullfighting or cockfighting in Thailand.
你看这个火的，
别火了，我要接着，我都得蹦。
你碰完了。
The husband stays up late capturing crickets. The wife, after preparing supper, hurries to the market at the break of dawn, ready to trade them. This is the traditional labor division system adopted by the cricket-catching families of Ningjing County.
在我们家。
哦，就你家，
哎，
挺好的，一个大院儿。你们平常就是晚上7点到夜里
12点1点2点。
今年怎么样？你觉得你们俩
今年还凑合着呗，
还凑合？
哎，
凑合着。
一个人反正得出来也就是1万这块了。
1万块钱，这个钱也不错。如果能一年再多了1万也不错，
对，
是吧？
说实在的，带好了就够你这1年的收成。
对。
Li Qiu refers to the first solar term of autumn. It marks the end of the bustling summer and the beginning of cool autumn. Yet in Ningjing, this is the busiest and most lively period all year round. The chirping of crickets echoes endlessly day and night. Cricket fighting enthusiasts across China gather independently in Ningjing during this season, each searching for the cricket king in their own image.
我看你那个咱们抓的那个，你们都搁哪儿了？就搁这里面
搁这
是吧
竹筒里边。
对，都在竹筒里边。
哎，我这打开得小心是吧？
啊，打开你必须得用那个小凿子，你要一打开，要不它就崩了。这你看了就是这么打开，你打开以后先把它放下，哎，这么着。哎，现在就出来了。啊，出来以后呢，你就可以把它搁在罐了。哎，搁罐了，拿个盖儿盖上它。
盖上。
对，可以了。
你看第一眼，你觉得好看吗？这个？
可以，在地捡着着挺不错才抓它嘞，
是吧？
哎，
脑袋大脖子胯的这个，
是吧？
对。
小的不抓。
老王，你说多少钱这个？
这个这个30-50块钱吧。
30块钱。
对。
你呢？
我说我说这个球的80块钱这球的，100元
，100，你说30的时候100，
对，没准这东西。这个人呢可以出50刀嘛，有小众的还有出100、200的。
对。
我也试试啊。
你试试吧。
你给我
这个。
哎，你好，哎，对，很聪明这个。
聪明。
这肚子露了。
这个
你往上抬抬这个罐，哎，
一伸，哎，出来了，哎，
行了。
哎呦，我有点紧张。
没事。
哎
，Get it there. Go on. There he goes. Whoa, he's fast. Look at that. Whoa.
A third of a cricket catcher's income comes from catching. 2/3 of it come from trade. After the crickets are put into pots, the preparations are finished. Wang and Liu catch up on sleep, while Wang's wife and I head to the busiest cricket market in Ningjing.
It's barely 8 o'clock in the morning, and the place is crowded with people.
Not surprisingly, the majority of the cricket traders are women. Placed neatly in front of every stall are rows of cricket pots. Scattered around are a few simple folding stools, waiting for customers to stop by.
上海
每年都跑这是吧？
每年来。
在这儿待多久呢？在山东
山东半个月了。
半个月
15天了呀。
15天就专门买这个，
买100多个吧。
100多个。平均一般花多少钱？贵的
3000、5000。
3000、5000。
便宜的他们这个100、200、50的也有，20的也有。
8000。
啊，
在你这儿吗？
不在我这里，已经运回家了。这个东西呢，没有价格，2块钱买一个虫王也有，1万块钱买了以后扔掉的也有，对吧？这个东西就是完全也是有一点靠自己的眼力来判断。
For the customers, money spent can be earned again. But finding the king of crickets is not as simple. The search for a good cricket drives many buyers to arrive at the market before sunrise every day, waiting for cricket traders to deal their first hand. The crickets that spring out during Li Qiu are literally pieces of gold from the ground. There is said to be at least 100,000 travelers per year from places like Shanghai, Beijing, and Tianjin swarming towards Ningjing. The cricket market has an annual turnover of some 400 million yuan. It provides the locals with a considerable addition to their income.
哟，老外嘿，
老外还卖？
老外嘿，你是卖蛐蛐的呀？
我在学呢。
学呢，都学着什么了？
在学。昨天晚上我还跟她老公去抓
蛐蛐去了。
对，
抓着了吗？
抓到了，但这是我抓到的最值钱的一个。
最值钱的。哎，我看看，老外抓的目前就这一个。蛐蛐，肯定是蛐蛐。老外能够抓到蛐蛐就不错。你刚才说想学一学是吧？
对，
想学一学这些虫子呀，都叫秋虫。中国历史上的那个文字，都是象形字。秋字这个字，就是用蟋蟀来表示的。
是吧？
就是画的俩蛐蛐儿。
是吧？
对，就是蛐蛐儿，就是秋字。所以说，这个几千年来，人民对秋虫始终是这么爱护。前边这块，叫头顶，后边这块叫脑盖，脑盖上头长着6根线，看见了吗？6根线，花纹像花纹，是吧？一条一条线，中间的那2根线，决定着蛐蛐儿爱斗和不爱斗。
其实你说的这些要求，都是为了去找一个蛐蛐是能打得好。你觉得你在这个市场待一天，你能找到一个是你喜欢的吗？
看运气，看勤奋，哪个摊儿都要蹲下来看一看，打开盖儿瞧一瞧，就有可能碰上自己喜欢的蟋蟀。简简单单就是为了开一开心，玩不好，凡是能够玩到我这个年龄的人，几十岁以上、几十年以上的人，一定是玩蛐蛐的佼佼者。
打个大点吧，有蹦了哈！哇，厉害！
你看，
抓虫高手。
这个我这个不能看。
Now, opening up this subject of crickets has been fascinating. There's so much you can learn. It's a bit like trying to be an expert on wine. It's never ending. Being in the fields last night with those 2 characters was hilarious. Down, getting dirty, trying to catch those little diamonds in the rough. And those guys can make some good extra money in doing so. But now, it's about to turn into more of an intellectual pursuit. It's going to get very serious as I go to Beijing to meet up with Mr. Zhao to see the big players in this battle of the crickets.
赵伯光 is a famous name in Beijing. He is the Secretary General of the Beijing Cheping Insect Society. The husband and wife run a small shop. Nothing grand, and in fact quite ordinary.
It is, however, the most complete cricket store in all of Beijing, and is also where cricket enthusiasts love to congregate.
这是喂食的石板，这是普通的，还有一种是竹子的，讲究一点的是玛瑙，一般在市面上很少的这个。拿的时候不能拿手抓，咱们要用夹子，夹这个石板。这一节呢是红木，上面是鼠须炭蛐蛐。咱们老祖宗玩这个的时候，一般都是玩鼠须炭的。
太讲究了。
Since 1988, every year, Zhao Boguang organizes friendly cricket fighting competitions in Beijing. It is said that in Beijing alone, there are over 20 teams participating in the event.
我喜欢竞争，我喜欢占上风，
是吧？
要强，
哇，
不管干什么，就是工作也好，玩也好，都想至少在我自己的小圈子的范围内，我喜欢占上风，
就喜欢赢，
就是喜欢赢。对，表面上蛐蛐输赢，
其实是人和人的较量，谁抓的蛐蛐多，谁抓的蛐蛐好，谁养的蛐蛐好，谁就胜率高。就像培养一个运动员一样，你要给他好的营养，提前要训练他，最后推到斗场去斗。
Mr. Zhao's shop has on display all kinds of cricket-related accessories. Clay pots are a cricket's version of a single apartment, warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Guolong is another type of container, where shy cricket grooms and brides marry. Their natural breeding relationship is polygamous, and this is the underlying reason behind their fierce competitiveness. These insects, having emerged from the ground and passed their first round of physical selection, now enjoy a luxurious life. The players, on the other hand, must nurture these insects, carefully examining their character traits and changes in physique, attempting to determine whether they possess the Tyson potential. After 40 days of gentle nurturing, the day for the crickets to earn their master's honor has arrived. According to Mr. Zhao, a significant proportion of the players are hidden, secret billionaires. Other players range from university professors, state and enterprise CEOs, and also students still in high school. Every year, around Liqiu, these people pour their energy, wits and fortunes into this tiny insect, with only a 100-day lifespan, aspiring to master the art of victory through it. After weighing in and dividing into groups, the crickets ready for their positions. Just like a boxing tournament, heavyweights fight amongst heavyweights. Lightweights compete with lightweights. Every cricket has a handler, using a straw stick to tease their cricket's bite, guiding them towards victory.
人需要练，这是探草的功夫。蛐蛐儿经过打斗以后，它感觉不舒服了，它就不张牙了。这样的时候是拼命的刺激它，让它把牙打开。4、3、2、1，倒数。开跑！开跑！
Each of these crickets has their own personalities. Some are clever and adaptable, others stubborn and refuse to give up. After a few rounds of fighting, the losing side retreats, while the winning cricket shows off flamboyantly. Since the beginning of the cricket handler's search during Liqiu, all their endless efforts now rest in the balance of a single bite. Some clench their fists and stomp their feet in anger, while others laugh and grin with pride and joy. It is hard to imagine that, for over 1,000 years, the cricket, an insect whose life only spans 100 days, has been a source of such joy and sorrow for the Chinese people. Perhaps this little creature was merely a chance discovery, stumbled upon by the ancient Chinese during their busy autumn harvests. Or you could say that it is the delightful gift bestowed upon us by Liqiu, the beginning of autumn.